Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am making this video tonight to help you understand a concept in microeconomics about the different types of goods. Not every good and service that we talk about in economics is created equally and treated the same way. To help you guys kind of understand this a little bit in your heads, I want you to think about your upcoming summer here. I'm going to give you two options. A lot of kids your age get summer jobs. I'm going to give you two options for your summer job. Option number one is you're going to take the family lawnmower and you're going to go around to your neighborhood folks, your neighbors, and say, hey, I'll mow your lawn for you. You're going to be a summer job as a lawn mower. Your second option is you decide you're going to go down the end of the street, you're going to take out the stop sign, and you're going to charge people for being a human stop sign this summer. You're going to direct traffic and you're going to charge them for being that human stop sign at the end of your street. Now I want you to take a second here. I'm going to pause. I want you to think, you're going to go with the lawn mowing business or the human stop sign business? Think for a second. I'm going to pause the video here. So let me maybe just ask another question, a second question. Does anybody have a human stop sign in their neighborhood? I don't. Do you? So hopefully, I'm going to get bet that if you're going to choose between the two, you're going to go with, somebody help me out here, the lawn mowing. And it has to do with the difference in the service that you're providing. Think about it. The human stop sign, if there's a kid blocking the way in my neighborhood for me to go one way and he wants to charge a nickel for me to go that way, if I don't run him over, I'm just going to go the other way. He can't really collect from me. Versus if you're mowing my lawn, there's a very tangible evidence or tangible business here. You come, you show up, you mow the lawn, I pay you for the service, and we can tell and we can see the progress that has been made, and it's beneficial to both of us. So this idea here is going to help us a little bit with these goods over here. So I got four of them. I got hamburgers, I got 4th of July fireworks shows, I got movie theater tickets, I got fish in the ocean. To figure out where these things get categorized, you got to ask yourself two questions. First, you got to ask about whether this good is excludable. Can someone be prevented from using this good or service? And then you got to ask yourself, can we share it? But not just can we share it, can we share it and get the same benefit? This used to be one of the most frustrating things to me when I was in your seats as economics students. Try not to overthink these. Don't add a whole lot of details and a whole lot of weird scenarios. Try to treat it as honestly and simply as you can here. And also recognize that there is some fuzziness sometimes between some of these goods and services. So let's start with our hamburger. I want you to ask yourself, can a person be prevented from using or buying a hamburger? Yes or no? If you go to McDonald's, can they keep you from getting a hamburger? If you don't pay, they can say no, you can't get a hamburger. So you certainly can be excluded here. So that means that we got to be in our top two boxes now. Now the question comes, can we share the hamburger? Well, I suppose we could share the hamburger. It'd be very awkward. I mean, would I hold the hamburger or would you hold the hamburger? Or would we hold it together? It would be very awkward to share, but I suppose we could. But if we shared it, would we get the same benefit? Let me tell you, if I am sharing a hamburger with one of you little punks, I am not getting the same benefit as if I enjoy it myself. So, no, we cannot. We cannot share a hamburger. So a hamburger is excludable, yes, but not going to be shared. So you put your hamburger here. Hamburgers are a great example of probably the simplest and the one that we probably talk about the most type of good, which is a private good. Okay? Good so far? I hope so. Again, don't make up any sort of scenarios about you come in with a gun and a ski mask and that you can't be excluded from getting a hamburger. Don't do that. Keep it simple. All right? So number 2, 4th of July fireworks. So, you know, like they do down at the harbor, they shoot them off into the sky. Or sometimes, you know, at Christmas time too, or New Year's Eve, they have fireworks shows. Can a person be prevented or excluded from a fireworks show? Yes or no? Think to yourself for a second. I'm going to think to myself. Nope. Nope. Can't be excluded from a fireworks show. Can't. Think about it. When the fireworks go off down in the harbor, people go everywhere to see them. Because where do fireworks explode? Up in the sky. Really high. So you can watch from anywhere. You can watch a fireworks show from miles away. Then they can't make it so that you can't see it. Even if they put the fireworks show at Ravens Stadium, you could sit at the harbor and see the fireworks exploding in the sky. You could not be excluded from a fireworks show. Now the question is, can we share the good and get the same benefit? Could you and I share in the experience of the fireworks show and get the same benefit? What do you think? So it's definitely, we definitely can't be excluded. If you're sitting next to me, does that keep me from watching? No. Does you sitting next to me make the experience less beneficial to me? Again, keep it simple. It's not like I'm not going to pretend like I don't like you and so I'm not getting a good benefit. I get the same benefit from the show. So you can't keep me from using it, and yeah, we can certainly share it. So this is your 2. And these ones are tricky because these are called public goods. And notice, it's kind of like your stop sign, your human stop sign. It's hard to run a fireworks business. Why? Because a bunch of little punks like you and me probably, if we hear that there's a fireworks show, we'll go somewhere, we'll find some place to watch. But I'm certainly not paying to see it because there's no seat in the house that is so much better than my free seat sitting in the park somewhere or parked on the side of the road somewhere watching the fireworks go off. So these are public goods. People tend to do what's called freeload, and they say, no, I know I don't have to pay for it because you can't keep me from enjoying it, so I'm not going to pay for it. And so we have a bunch of freeloaders when it comes to things like these. Now, I got 2 left. I got movie theaters and fish in the ocean. These are a little bit trickier. So the movie theater. Can you be excluded from the movie theater? Yes or no? Think about it for a second. It's the same as the hamburger, really. If you don't buy a ticket, you don't get in. You can be excluded. Now, you notice I got 4 boxes, and I got 2 of them filled up, and we're saying it's excludable. You can be excluded, so it's probably going to go here. Think about it this way. If you go into the movie theater and I go into the movie theater, we're there to see the movie, right? You sitting next to me doesn't change my experience. You watch the movie and I watch the movie and we get the same benefit. I enjoy it the same amount whether you're next to me or not next to me. So this is your movie theater. And this is called a toll good, where you can be excluded, but you can also share it too. Now your final one obviously is no here, but it's probably the trickiest one. This is called a common good. these ones are tricky. Can you keep me from fishing in the ocean? No, not really. And I guess, and here's where it gets a little fuzzy. You could say, hey, you know what? If I had enough policemen or conservation officers, I could patrol the water and I could keep people from fishing. Okay, you could. And in some ways they do that to avoid the problem that we have with fish in the sea with fishing permits and some things like that. But for the most part, you can't keep me from fishing. But the question becomes, can we share the fish in the ocean and get the same benefit? A lot of people would say, yes, sir, sure we can share. If you're eating the fish in the ocean and I'm fishing for the fish in the ocean and we're all eating fish in the ocean, it's no big deal, right? We're sharing it. You fishing down there doesn't bother me over here. And I guess you're right a little bit, but you get to think here, sometimes I think it's helpful to think about in the long run, over time. If you and I are both fishing, and we're just fishing away in the same fishing hole, day after day after day, what's going to happen? Eventually there's going to be no fish. And so we have shared, but we are no longer getting the same benefit. So these ones here, common goods, we tend to have a problem with overuse. And so if you think about overuse, let's say it like that, if you think a little bit longer term, sometimes with your common goods, it'll help you identify them. So you're going to get homework in class tomorrow to help you with these. I'm going to give you a couple other examples for your homework. Hopefully this video helps you out. I think I was a little long-winded, but thank you guys very much. Have a good night.